Jack Eichel steps up with the game on the line, scores a couple of late goals. VGK prevails with a 6-3 win in Carolina. I guess the scoring drought is over. More on last night's game coming up next on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, hi again, everyone, from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Kollick. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. I am a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and also the host of the Hockey News Collectibles Show. Coming up ahead on today's show, we'll be talking, Brett Howden scored a goal last night. Is that an indicator, perhaps, that VGK is getting some more complimentary scoring started? And we'll also talk about the fourth line showing up and showing its identity in last night's win. A reminder that you can now catch us on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network daily. Tune in 1 o'clock Monday through Friday. SSSEN is the place, and it's at Cox Cable Channel 77. Today's episode is brought to you by Gametime. Take the guesswork out of buying NHL tickets today by downloading the Gametime app. So, Chris, Jack Eichel had a pretty rough birthday for a while there last night, up until the third period. He scored the game winner at the 15:01 mark. He added his eighth goal 2.5 minutes later. But during the course of the journey, let's say, Jordan Stahl cross-checked him. Martinuk had the hit on Eichel, who was getting roughed up. But then he steps up in the last 5 minutes of the game, and the birthday boy took over the game.
Every day is a birthday when you're no longer on the Buffalo Sabres. I mean, let's be real. Jack Eichel's got a good life right now. Listen, this is happening in a couple of games, right? You're watching the grinders, the energy players starting to put the body on the superstars, Mitch Marner and Jack Eichel, getting hit in the last couple of games. And that's what's going to happen throughout the season. And this is where you need to see. We talked, I think it was yesterday's show, I was joking about Keegan Kolesar out there thinking he's Willie Mays Hayes in the second major league movie when he becomes a skill and power hitter versus what his role was. And Kolesar's role is to kind of make sure when things like that are happening to send a message to the other team. And it's the old NHL code of conduct where if someone's going after, Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner, you don't go after the guy that went after Eichel and Marner. You go after the other team's superstars. So that's where Sebastian Aho, I'd say Svechnikov, but he's elevated to the third line, but maybe he's not the superstar anymore. But, Seth Jarvis, those are the players that Kolesar needs to go out there and rough up when Jack and Mitch are getting roughed up.
There was so much confusion on this one play involving Eichel. VGK was running, I think, the equivalent of the college basketball weave up top. I have no idea.
The pick and roll is a pick and roll.
No, this was a weave. Like they were just up there, just inside of the blue line. Three players passing the puck around, looking so confused. And then Eichel turns the puck over, and he chases down Martinuk to no avail, dove at him, and then Martinuk gave him a nice little cross-check, to the back after he scored. Like, take that. But, yeah, it was a rough night for Eichel until the latter stages of the game. He came back in a big way, and he was the hero of last night's game, no doubt.
That's what elite superstars do. And this is something that Coach Cassidy has talked about. I think like in the off-season training camp leading up to the regular season, you have to give certain players leash to make riskier plays because normally they're going to be on the right side of it. Eichel kind of carrying the puck up there, and just the way that play, it looked weird at first. Don't get me, I'm not going to question that. It definitely looked like a strange play developing.
Have you seen that play before?
I saw it. Yeah,
I've never seen that play before. You've seen that game? You've seen that play?
No, that wasn't a play. That was just three players just getting mixed up where they were going. That was not a design play happening. Yeah. But point being is, this is the leash that Jack and Mitch Marner and elite players are going to have from their coaches. And every now and then they go wrong and it backfires, and it did backfire. But awesome to see Jack Eichel respond in a huge way. I'm sure no one felt worse getting the puck taken off their stick and watching the numbers of the player as they score a goal when you're the one that turns it over. And again, this is why Jack Eichel is who he is. And this now is going to put Jack Eichel at friggin' 19 points in 10 games. It's just magnificent to watch what's happening.
Yeah, 8 goals, 11 assists, and he leads the league. It was also a night in which Pavel Dorofeyev scores 2 goals. He's so confident right now, and he knows what he's going to do. Most importantly, he knows what he's going to do before the puck even arrives. So the one play that's definitely standing out from last night's game, his first goal, Tomas Hertl wins the puck battle behind the net. He takes the puck away from Sebastian Aho and Shane Gostisbehere, and then he digs it out from behind the net, shovels it over to Mitch Marner, and then across the crease to a wide open Dorofeyev. But Doro already had the stick was already cocked back, right? So goals 8 and 9 for Pavel Dorofeyev on 9 shots on goal. Shoot the stinking puck. He listened to me. He heard.
9 shots for Doro, 6 shots for Eichel, 5 shots for Holtz on that top line.
They still have Eichel at 3 shots on the prop bet. How could that be?
Well, there's different betting levels you can do: 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 shots. But yeah, so you talked about what did we talk about? Eichel shots, points,
Dorofeyev.
Dorofeyev, yeah. So Dorofeyev, thank you. I had to recharge the batteries for a second there. So Dorofeyev, yes, Dorofeyev knew what he was doing. He was trying to roof that puck over the outstretched goalie, and he actually missed it, and it wound up going right through his 5-hole, which I thought was pretty awesome. But those are my favorite types of goals, not the finish, the puck on the net, fine, whatever, who cares? But chip, chase, grind. Chip, chase, grind. Dump and chase. Hertl wins the battle. Gets the puck to the money zone. This is like I'm talking to the 2 teams that I coach right now. Chip, chase, grind. I love grinder type of goals like that because they're goals that just come out of nowhere. The skill goals are going to come. Jack's going to get his breakaways. Marner's going to make some crazy passes, but there's nothing there. You get it deep, let the forwards or centers go to work, and then get the puck to the front and convert.
Our bottom 3 stars from last night's game, -1, Jeremy Lauzon, -2, Ben Hutton. On the bottom, he was on the bottom of the scorecard. -3, Zach Whitecloud. And where has Riley Smith been? My goodness.
Yeah, Riley Smith will save for the second one. I do want to highlight something that, and I'm with you. What Whitecloud, very bad road trip for Zach Whitecloud, no doubt about that. And Lauzon,
he's a -3 star.
Lauzon, we're having to tolerate more than enjoying the lineup. It's starting to seem like on a daily basis. So Noah Hannafin, get well soon. So back to something I caught that Coach Cassidy said. So someone, I think it was Gary, hits me up on Twitter. Hey, how about Holtz? And I responded, hey, no points, 13 minutes of ice time. Chill out, bro. But then I looked at his stat line. I saw he had 5 shots on goal. And then listening to Coach Cassidy's post-game presser, this is just what elite coaches do. Coach Cassidy states they were having trouble getting the puck off the boards on that side of the ice. Alex Holtz goes up in there. Alex Holtz starts making plays. He starts getting pucks off the wall. He goes to the greasy areas. He gets his nose dirty. So awesome adjustment by Coach Cassidy. And, it's a little thing, but that's also part of what got the top line cooking last night.
Your guy, Svechnikov, holy smokes. My Russian's off today, scored the first goal, and he did it off of a draw into the power play, just 1 second in, I think. And Barbashev couldn't cheat last night because there was no Keandre Miller in the lineup. You like that. But Cassidy was really pissed off. And Marner slow in arriving off the Aho draw. And guess what? Your boy, the -1 star, Lauzon, was in the box again early. Like,
when Lauzon goes to Nashville, he's has to be in the box for his welcome back video.
They've got to do that. You're right.
With Svechnikov, you learned real fast why he's on Brenda Moore's poop list. Yes, he gets the goal, but he takes 2 penalties in the first period. So that tells you all you know why Svechnikov isn't finding his footing this year in Carolina.
I said that VGK should need around 30 to 35 shots to win. 35 shots on net last.
It's overrated.
Coming up next, can VGK get its secondary scoring untracked with a large bulk of the scoring, of course, coming from the top six? Could Brett Howden's goal last night have ignited the complimentary scoring? Wow, where'd that come from? Coming up ahead on Lockdown Golden Knights. Hockey season is officially here, and nothing beats being in the area for those big games. And let's get real. Getting tickets can be a total headache between waiting in queues, surprise fees, the prices that jump right before checkout. It's easy to get really frustrated, throw up your arms, and then just go, I don't want to go. And all you want to do is cheer for your team. And that's where Gametime comes in. The application gives all the fans the advantage. It's your ultimate life hack for scoring amazing NHL tickets and fast. It's easy and stress-free. I've used Gametime, as has Chris, to grab seats for Golden Knights games in the past, and it could not have been simpler. And you get the great seats in just a matter of moments. We definitely like the zone deals. They're a game changer. You pick the section, Gametime picks your seats, and you save big. And guess what, fans? You can even find NHL tickets for under $25. So get shopping there and take the guesswork out of buying tickets today for NHL games. Go to Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL, and you will receive $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's the promo code LOCKEDONNHL. $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. We are back on this edition of Lockdown Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We definitely appreciate you making us your first listen. How do you say that Russian guy's name again? Thanks for making us. I know. I just stumbled.
Vecchi, probably the nickname Vecchi.
Vecchi. Okay, we'll call him Vecchi from now. We appreciate you tuning in, especially our everydayers tuning in around the globe. SSSEN is the place to be if you want to see these two mugs on television each and every day at 1 p.m.
Mug.
What makes you believe that a Brett Howden goal could set off secondary scoring for VGK?
I said is. The intern put a question up there. I didn't say I think it is. I mean, we'll talk more about Howden specifically in the fourth line. And for me, it's just more about questions as to when/if/when is it going to come. And I know we're 60-something games away from the playoffs, but the playoffs really are where these low-scoring games, that
would only be 70 games. Go ahead.
Whatever, 70-something games away. It's a long time away.
72.
But the secondary scoring, this is
73.
when you need to start to see flashes of it coming. And looking at William Karlsson does have 6 points. I'm curious how many of those are on special teams at the moment, but 6 points. William Karlsson pacing somewhere in the 40s for points. We'll see what happens there. Cole Reinhardt actually has 2 points in 4 games, something to keep an eye on. But Riley Smith, this is where the concern starts. 10 points, 10 games, 2 points.
Yes,
Howden goal last night puts him at.
He's -3, Riley Smith, by the way.
Yeah, that's a concern.
He's been invisible. Yeah, it's a concern, I think.
Howden is now at 2 goals, 2 points, 6 games, 1 last night. Kolesar, 0 goals, 2 assists, part of that fourth line. We'll hit that a little bit harder. Sissons just has 1 assist on the young season. And Holtz, although, maybe better times are ahead, he's still a big nothing burger as far as the points are in 5 games.
You forgot about our guy, Sod and Satter.
Forgot about Sod. He's only high priced. Sorry, first Major League movie. I got all the Major League references today.
You have the whole reference going on there for Major League. Just 1 assist in 10 games for Brandon Sod. And last night, the Cassidy shuffle, he does have it's a pretty even tan. It's an even one that he's got in Florida.
No tan lines, remember? No tan lines.
Yeah, look, okay, it's terrific. But the swaying, man, is like, I had to take some Dramamine watching the post-game presser last night. I'm not going to lie. But Alexander Holtz moves up on the top line with Eichel. And you said that he added some juice to that top line. Why Holtz? Why the top line?
Why not? And options are starting to get limited because Saad's run is done, it seems like. I mean, he might go back there at some point, but this is a concern for Saad. And if we need a segment, maybe we'll hit him pretty harder tomorrow or next week or something like that. But Saad, honestly, it's kind of like Phil Kessel a few years ago, right? Just having a hard time finding his role with the team, but at least you got great sound bites out of Phil Kessel. He was more fun in the locker room. And I'm not saying Saad isn't fun. Back to Holtz here. What can he do? I mean, we talked about Holtz a few different times. Holtz is just hungry out there. I think that's the easiest way to explain his game. Holtz has the strange offseason where he's on the team, he's not on the team, he's trying out to make the team, and he winds up making the team. And although on the stat sheet it's not showing, things are coming from him. And although Holtz is on the top line temporarily, or maybe for a few games or so, he's still part of that second wave, that secondary scoring. And you'd expect him to find some good footing with Jack Eichel, although Saad didn't, but you'd expect Holtz to find his footing. And you need to see this out of Holtz once Stone comes back and Holtz goes down to somewhere in that 3rd/4th line role.
Again, great play by Ivan Barbashev. He's been showing up every night, and he's done.
He got some space last night. He had a lot of space top rate last night.
He really did. So that could help out. But we're talking secondary scoring, and as part of that, again, we have to point to the blue liners. And through 10 games of this season, Chris, there's only one defenseman goal by Caden Korczak. Shea Theodore had the assist last night. On a positive note, Theodore and McNabb were both +3s. Braden McNabb is kind of quietly putting together a night. He had a great road trip, right? He was at the top of the hockey stat card. He had those 3 shots that we saw in the 2 games and a +3 in the contest last night in Carolina. So sooner or later, you have to believe that the scoring will come, probably off the stick of Theodore. But I'm just curious, what Noah Hannafin do we see when he returns, probably on Friday? Is it the guy that's going to be the player that we saw early last season, or is he going to get in the flow really quickly and contribute? Because they're going to need secondary scoring. That's what we've been stressing here the past few shows.
Hannafin's been such a headache, and I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything like that, but Hannafin has been just a headache to figure out whether you're going to get that mobile, puck-moving defender capable of joining the rush, something we've heard Coach Cassidy mention a lot, or is he going to be out there, getting beaten down the boards a lot of the ways that Alex Pietrangelo did last year? And I can't tell you how many times we have watched, goal replays, and kind of Hannafin's a little sleepy getting back to the crease area and stuff like that. Give it time. I think it'll work out. I wouldn't expect a lot in the beginning, as he's only played 1 game of the 10 so far, which means there's 72 games left, if Tony wants me to correct that, so I don't mess that up again later in the show. So we'll see what version of Hannafin comes back, but you're talking about the scoring here. Shea Theodore, 4 points. At least one of those is on the power play, so not sure how many more of those were even strength. Hutton's got 2 points in 9 games. Korczak has the lone goal with an assist, like you said. Lazan, we dog him. He's got 2 assists, but he is a +2 at least. So, he's not, I don't think, costing the team a ton. Zach Whitecloud, 1 assist, +1 on the season. McNabb, no points, but that doesn't bother me a bit, playing 21:47 a game. And Noah Hannafin in his 1 game, he's a -1, and he played 24 minutes. So the defense is holding up. Like, I know we're concerned about the scoring and stuff, but the defense, given all the changes, given the goalie changes and everything happening, the defense has been a very bright spot, which was what we thought would be the Achilles heel coming into the season.
Our guy Huddy, not playing well.
2 assists.
Hutton, he's not playing well, though. He's been at the bottom of the stat card. He was, again, he might have been last night, not playing very well either. So
Hutton's at the bottom with Whitecloud and Smith from last night's game.
There you go. That's why they were negative stars, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder if, everyone was, including this show, we were pretty on Coach Cassidy about Hutton not getting enough reps, enough minutes and everything. And, maybe Coach Cassidy knows what he's doing. He's out there on a line with Zach Whitecloud, and we're concerned about Whitecloud. It could be just a chemistry thing with those two. I mean, this is McNabb, Theodore is your top pairing. That's a concern. Hutton and Whitecloud as your second pairing. That's a concern. Lazan and a rookie in Korzak. Korzak might be, outside of McNabb, the most reliable defenseman right now.
Coming up ahead, we talked a little bit yesterday about VGK's fourth line. With a starter out, they finally lived up to their identity. We'll talk about it next on Locked On Golden Knights. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. Chris, are you going to the game on Friday, the big Nevada Day game there? 1 o'clock?
No, we have our Vegas Misfits tournament team. We have a we have a friggin' game at 7 a.m. on Friday at City National, and then 2 p.m. Friday at City National.
You know what I found on Facebook, of course, the Facebook memories. The first, 2017, that was the 7-0 win over Colorado.
Who was the goalie?
Lazan. I can't remember why you
Oscar
asked.
Dansk.
I knew it was something there. Okay, so in any event, I have a photo from upstairs in the rafters of VGK congratulating Dansk, like in the line after the game. That was my Facebook post. So I was there. That's proof.
I was
got
there.
Receipts. Oh, I got
This will be the first one that we miss, actually. This was always a family tradition to go to this game, but
why Colorado every year? Come on, man. Mix it.
It is Colorado a lot. You're right. It is Colorado a lot.
VGK's fourth line was good. I said Lazan was the goaltender. Their fourth line was good last night, and I felt that they finally lived up to their identity in Carolina on Tuesday night. And Cole Reinhardt played in the place of Colton Sissons. Of course, Reinhardt was on the wing, and Sissons was injured in Tampa, and it was Brett Howden of the Brett Howden line centering it with Keegan Colasar on the other wing. It was a really solid four-checking line last night, a lot of hits. This is what they have to do, right? They have to set the tone for the Golden Knights, and they came out last night on fire. 5 hits for Howden, 4 hits apiece for Colasar and Reinhardt. That's 13 hits from the line. The identity line is back. They're so back. They're so back.
I had that highlighted too. The fourth line had 13 of VGK's 22 hits last night. So something definitely. I mean, that's what you need, right? You need them wearing out the other lines. And back to the Alec Martinez quote here, just about the everyone getting checked, getting knocked into the first row, going to be nachos with some random dude and some random family, and you wear the other team out throughout the game, which is then where mistakes start coming from. They go a little less hard into the corners because they're tired of getting hit. And this goes back to the Tomas Hertl assist on Dorofeyev's goal. Just chip, chase, grind. That's going to be my CCG, chip, chase, grind. That's going to be my saying for my hockey teams now. 13 hits. That's that's exactly how you define chip, chase, grind. Fourth line, they're not going to be out there dancing with the puck. Although Brett Howden does find a way to get these highlight reel goals, and it's fun to watch when he does get a full head of steam going. And Howden is now he's the new Swiss Army knife for the Vegas Golden Knights, kind of like Mike Amadio, right? Amadio could play all 4 of the forward positions, or all 3 of the forward positions on all 4 of the lines, and find a way to be effective. You put Howden on the top line, he'll find a way to have an impact on the game. You give him his own line, and he's going to find a way to lead that line as he did last night. And I mean, this is where you start wondering if the Colton Sissons acquisition was the right play, or if leaving Howden down there on the fourth line, creating a possible mismatch, as he's going to be a better fourth, like Nicolas Roy, for example. He's going to be a lot better than a lot of fourth line centers in the NHL.
The fourth line definitely needed a spark, and they got it. And Howden, he scored that one goal, but he had another puck at the doorstep. That's the one, I think, that jumped over the sprawling Freddie Anderson, but another player had cleared it from the crease, and the fourth line they were present, right? And that's all you can ask, and whatever you're...
Present is a great word, Tony. It really is.
Yeah. Well, I forgot who the goaltender was earlier, so we're trying to even it out. Colton Sissons, now his role, right? Moving forward, 1 assist, 9 games. his face-off percentage, and they missed him last night a bunch, 57%. So he's winning in that category. To me, it's not about if he hits, if he forechecks. It's not about if he scores a lot of goals. He just has to set the table there, and they have to play to that strong identity. And to be honest, this is Sisson's best face-off percentage of his career, and would like to see him, though, however, take the puck to the net at times.
Face-offs won for Brett Howden, 7. Face-offs lost for Brett Howden, 6. So that's fine right there. Jack was 12 for 15, 44% in the circle.
He started slow. Oh,
Yeah.
Here's a stat. Here's a stat on Jack. Some people say you don't know Jack on this show, but Eichel 50.3% in the dot, a career high for him on the season. And at 50%, he's definitely an awards candidate.
If he can stay there, but I think he was 56 or 57% through the first 5 or 6 games. So
he was around 60.
So let's reconvene in 10 games and see if Jack is still in that 50% range or not.
If we reconvene in 10,
I'm concerned.
If we reconvene in 10 games and there's still 84 games to go in the season, according to Golick's math today.
I think I took all the Shut Up Tony videos down. I got to fix that.
You got to bring them back.
I got to get a couple more up there. No, I mean, listen, back to Howden, back to what we're seeing on that fourth line. And, where does Colton Sissons go when he comes back? I don't know what his designation is. I don't know if it's been addressed or not, if it's day-to-day, week-to-week or anything like that. But Howden on the fourth line just seems to work. And then, does Sissons go to the wing if he comes back? Does Howden go back to the wing? And, these are good questions also they have. I mean, Colton Sissons, it's not that you're going to throw him aside or anything like that.
No, it's a good problem to have with depth. It's a great problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about depth, but we're also talking about, going back to the second segment, about the depth scoring. And yes, Howden got a nice goal. Need to see it from Riley Smith. Need to see it from Brandon Saad. Need to see it from Alex Holtz once he goes back down. I don't know if I said Riley Smith. I'll say it again. William Karlsson, 6 points. That's okay, but not necessarily enough.
It was nice of him it was very thoughtful because he knew I was going to come unglued if he scored the empty netter.
Yeah, he got an assist on it, so he still gets a point. So so we know he has at least one empty net goal and one empty net assist. So that means he has 4 valid points on the season. So that's not enough.
I don't even know if they're valid.
That's not enough. I mentioned Nicholas Waugh's name earlier. 10 games with Toronto, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. Only 4 penalty minutes. He's got to grease it up a little bit. He's a -4 though, which that doesn't surprise me one bit as well.
Goletson is scoring goals. We'll see him on Friday here. Victor Olofsson.
How's he doing?
IKEA line. He's doing very well. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. See you tomorrow right here on Lockdown Golden Knights. For Chris Golick, I am Tony Cardasco. I'm buying you time.
Olofsson, 10 points, 11 games this year. There's your time I just bought for you.
We'll see you tomorrow on Lockdown Golden Knights. Take care.